I'm Carol Schuler, physical therapist with Unity Point Health Therapy. We're here today to show you stretches that you can do throughout the workday as you're sitting at a computer, either at work and also if you're at home throughout the day.
My name is Justin Kasperk. I'm an occupational therapist and certified ergonomic evaluation specialist with Unity Point Health. So going out to workplaces and seeing people who are in an office space where they're seated 8, 10, or longer hours per day, a lot of times those muscles are doing a lot of work to keep them upright or in that sustained position. So as Carol said, we'll go through stretches to change that position up. So if you're seated at a computer such as this one, typing throughout the day, we'll cover different muscles that you might be using. So first up, if you're seated there, you're typing, doing a lot of writing, paperwork type stuff, you're using a lot of those muscles in the forearm. So Carol, what might be a stretch you'd teach someone?
The stretch we like for this is a wrist stretch. This helps to get the muscles on the top of the forearm, and we bring the hand down using the opposite hand to get a nice stretch. We hold stretches for 10 to 15 seconds. If you were trying to lengthen a muscle with a sports injury or to get more substantial stretching, that would maybe be 30 seconds. This one we're just trying to change the posture that you're in, break it up throughout the day.
Absolutely, and as Carol's doing that, she's doing a great job that she's pulling along her hand as well as her fingers. If you're just doing the fingers, you're just stretching your fingers. We want to do more than that. We want to get the wrist as well, so she's doing a great job getting both. Carol's pretty flexible here, so her arms are straight. If that's a little bit too much stretch for you, you can bend your elbow a little bit. That'll ease up on the stretch across your arm. So that's a great one to do when you're a lot of hands-on at the computer there, either typing or writing. So working up a little bit higher for that posture. When you're seated, you might be slouched forward a little bit. You might just be someone who says you have bad posture. If we want to open up those chest muscles a little bit, work on that back strength, what you're going to do is just seated on your chair, you're going to bring your arms up out to the side, and then from here, you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades back and together. So you're working those back muscles a little bit, squeezing those shoulder blades together, that 10 to 15 seconds, and you might also feel some stretch across the chest here, trying to open up from that slouched posture. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can bring your hands on up right behind your head, and then from here you're going to pull those elbows back as well as squeezing those shoulder blades together, feeling more of a stretch across the chest. Now as you're doing this, if you have any pain, numbness, or tingling, if you just don't feel well doing it, please stop. We don't want you to irritate anything. As you're going through the stretch, it's just a nice, light, gentle stretch. So going through the arms and then the back, we'll move up a little bit higher towards the neck here, Carol. What else might we do?
So this exercise is good if you're sitting at a computer and you have a shrugging of the shoulders. Sometimes we tend to see posture like that. This is where people carry their stress through the upper trapezius. It's a muscle that goes between the tip of the shoulder and the neck. A nice stretch is to hook your hand underneath the chair, bring your opposite ear down to your shoulder, and again hold for that 10 to 15 second stretch.
Carol's doing a great job there. Nice and gentle with the stretch. She's not being forceful or quick with her neck movement. Just a good gentle stretch to open up that muscle.
If you can't get your hand underneath the chair, you can also sit on your hand just to give a little extra stretch across the upper trapezius.
Absolutely. Now moving down a little bit towards the back of the shoulder. So as you're seated there, if things are rolled forward a little bit or you're reaching out towards your 3-hole punch, your stapler, whatever it might be, you're working those shoulders a lot. So with this, we're going to stretch the back side of the shoulder. So I'm going to take my arm out in front of me. I'm going to bring that across my body. As I do that, the other hand's going to come up behind the elbow. You can grab with your hand or your forearm here, and Carol's going to point out the muscles I'm stretching as I bring that arm across.
You don't want any pinching in the front of the shoulder. Should feel the stretch across the back.
Absolutely, just that nice gentle stretch for 10 to 15 seconds. Then of course after that I'm going to come around and switch sides here. And as I bring that arm across, if I want more of a stretch, I'm just going to reach up a little bit higher. I almost bring this arm down to the other elbow and then really hug that against my chest. Again, just a nice light stretch. And after that 10 to 15 seconds, we'll just relax. So another one, we've covered your arms, your neck, your shoulder. We're going to go down to that lower back. So whether you're seated or standing, maybe you've got a desk where you switch between the two, that lower back might irritate you towards the end of the day. So looking at stretching down the lower back here, you can do this one standing. You'll have your hands on your hip here, and what you're going to do is you're going to gently start to lean your upper body backwards. As you tilt backwards, you'll feel a light stretch down in the lower back area here. And you're just going to keep on tilting back till you feel that light stretch, and then just hold.
You don't want to go too far with this stretch. Try and just get a small V in the low back, and that will accomplish what we're hoping for.
So a good stretch in that low back area. So we've covered 5 stretches today. We'll run back through them quick here for you to give you an overview. We're looking at down at the arm here. You're going to stretch out the muscles on the forearm. You're going to pull the hand down towards you. Again, as Carol did, doing a nice job pulling across the hand and the fingers, not just pulling at the fingertips. So both directions there, 10 to 15 seconds on both sides. And then after that, we worked up a little bit higher towards the mid-back. So those arms are up to your side here. You're going to squeeze those shoulder blades back and together, feeling that stretch across the front of your chest. and squeezing those muscles in the back. If you want more, you'll bring those hands on up and then pull back, get that squeeze. 10 to 15 seconds. We're also going to look at getting the neck muscle up here. As Carol did, she grabbed the side of her chair. She tilted her head sideways gently, just feeling that nice light stretch from head down to shoulder. No pain, no tingling, just a good light stretch along that muscle. And then that last one here, if we're up and standing, hands on the hip, you're going to tilt back and feel that stretch through the low back region there.
Showed you a variety of stretches that can be done throughout the day, maybe mid-morning, mid-afternoon, lunchtime. 10 to 15 seconds a stretch 2 or 3 times. And you don't have to do all these stretches in order. You can pick and choose and maybe find a stretch that you find is going to be best for you. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.